Imagine compressing 300,000 years of human history into a single day. For 23 hours and 59 minutes, nothing you recognize exists. No cities, no countries, no writing, no internet, no money. And then, in the final seconds before midnight, everything happens. Empires rise, religions spread, revolutions erupt, technology explodes. This is the entire history of human civilization, from stone tools to smartphones, in one story. For most of our existence, humans were not rulers of the planet. We were prey. Early Homo sapiens evolved in Africa around 300,000 years ago. We weren't the strongest or the fastest. We didn't have claws or fangs. What we had was cooperation and imagination. We formed tribes. We developed language. We told stories around fires. We passed knowledge from generation to generation. Around 70,000 years ago, something extraordinary happened. What historians call the cognitive revolution. Humans began thinking symbolically. We created art, burial rituals, and mythology. We imagined things that didn't physically exist: gods, spirits, identities, tribes. Shared belief became our superpower. Slowly, we spread across the globe. By 15,000 BCE, humans had reached nearly every continent except Antarctica. But we were still nomads, living in small bands, hunting and gathering, constantly moving. Then came the first great turning point. Around 10,000 BCE, humans in several regions began farming. Instead of following food, we started growing it. Wheat in the Fertile Crescent, rice in Asia, corn in the Americas. Agriculture allowed permanent settlements. Permanent settlements led to villages. Villages became cities. Farming wasn't necessarily easier. People worked longer hours. Diets became less varied. Disease spread more easily in crowded communities. But farming created surplus, and surplus changed everything. With extra food, not everyone had to farm. Some people became builders, soldiers, priests, rulers, artisans. Society became structured. Hierarchies formed, power concentrated, civilization was born. Around 3,500 BCE, the first true civilizations emerged in river valleys. In Mesopotamia between the Tigris and Euphrates, in Egypt along the Nile, in the Indus Valley, in China along the Yellow River. These societies invented writing, law codes, taxation, and organized religion. Writing changed everything. For the first time, information could outlive memory. Laws could be recorded, trade could be tracked. Stories could travel across generations unchanged. Cities expanded. Armies grew. Empires formed. Humanity entered the age of empires. The Persian Empire connected 3 continents. The Greeks experimented with democracy and philosophy. Rome built roads, aqueducts, and legal systems that still influence governments today. In Asia, powerful dynasties unified vast territories and opened trade routes like the Silk Road, connecting East and West. Goods moved, ideas moved, religions spread. Christianity emerged in the Roman world. Buddhism expanded across Asia. Hindu traditions deepened in India. Civilization was no longer isolated. It was interconnected. But empires are fragile. By around 500 CE, the Western Roman Empire had fallen. Trade networks weakened. Political unity fractured in many regions. In Europe, feudal kingdoms replaced centralized empires. Castles rose. The church became a dominant force. Yet the idea that this was a dark age oversimplifies reality. In the Islamic world, scholars preserved and expanded knowledge in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. In China, major innovations emerged, including paper money and gunpowder. In Africa, powerful trade empires flourished. In the Americas, advanced civilizations developed independently, building cities, calendars, and complex societies. The world was diverse and developing in parallel. Then came another turning point: exploration. In the late 1400s and 1500s, European ships crossed oceans. For the first time in history, the planet became fully connected. The Americas, Europe, Africa, and Asia were drawn into one global system of trade and exchange. This connection reshaped the world. It brought wealth and new goods across continents. It also brought colonization, conquest, slavery, and devastating disease that wiped out millions of indigenous people in the Americas. At the same time, global trade fueled intellectual transformation. The Renaissance revived art and classical learning. The scientific revolution challenged ancient assumptions about the universe. The Enlightenment questioned authority itself, arguing that reason, not tradition, should guide society. These ideas ignited revolutions. In the late 1700s, the American Revolution declared that governments derive power from the people. The French Revolution demanded liberty, equality, and fraternity. Across the Atlantic world, political systems were challenged and reshaped. Then came industrialization. Beginning in Britain, machines powered by steam transformed production. Factories replaced workshops. Railroads connected cities. For the first time in history, human productivity increased exponentially. Population soared. Cities expanded rapidly. Living standards gradually improved for many, though often after periods of brutal labor and inequality. The modern world was taking shape: industrial, urban, interconnected. But this interconnected world was unstable. The 20th century began with optimism and technological progress. It quickly descended into catastrophe. World War I introduced industrial-scale warfare. Millions died in trenches shaped by machine guns and artillery. Just decades later, World War II became the deadliest conflict in history. Entire cities were destroyed. The Holocaust revealed the horrifying consequences of extremist ideology. And in 1945, humanity split the atom, creating weapons capable of destroying civilization itself. For the first time, we had the power to end our own story. After World War II, the world entered the Cold War, a tense standoff between superpowers. Direct conflict was avoided, but rivalry drove rapid innovation. Humans went to space. In 1969, we walked on the moon. Computers evolved from room-sized machines to personal devices. The internet emerged, quietly laying the foundation for a new era. Meanwhile, colonial empires dissolved. Nations in Africa and Asia gained independence. Democracy expanded in many regions, though often through struggle and conflict. By the year 2000, civilization had transformed more in 100 years than in the previous 10,000. And it hasn't slowed down. Today, more than 8 billion humans share one planet. We are more connected than ever before. Information travels instantly across continents. Economies are intertwined. Cultures influence each other in real time. Artificial intelligence is reshaping work and creativity. Biotechnology is redefining medicine. Space exploration is expanding again. At the same time, humanity faces global challenges: climate change, resource pressure, geopolitical tension, rapid technological disruption. What makes this moment extraordinary is that, for the first time in 300,000 years, we are aware of our entire story. We can trace our path from small bands of hunter-gatherers to global digital networks. from cave paintings to quantum computing. From stone tools to space telescopes, civilization is not just buildings or governments. It is a shared narrative built on cooperation, belief, innovation, and conflict. It is the accumulated memory of our species. If all of human history were a book, we are living on the newest page. Not because the story is ending, but because it is still being written. Every decision, every invention, every breakthrough, every mistake adds another line. The real question is not only how we got here, it is where we are going next. The story of human civilization is unfinished, and we are its authors.